It's my pleasure to introduce the CEO of Golf Tourism Solutions that we commonly knew as Golf Holiday for a long, long time. And his name is Bill Golden, and he will conduct this part of the induction. What we would ask is if the inductee Hall of Famers who are in the audience come up after the presentation and get a picture with our celebs, that would be appreciated. Bill Golden joined us a number of years ago. He came by way of Villanova, and he's going to give about a 30-minute talk about Villanova basketball. If you can wait just a little bit, you know, he's really charged up. But we got him down in Myrtle Beach through a journey that took him to Golf Digest, and then he came down here and worked on the DuPont World Amateur and was part of that success, and then he became a marketing person with Golf Holiday, and then the CEO of Golf Holiday / now Golf Tourism Solutions. And I might say that we in this community are very, very happy and lucky to have had Bill and his family in our community. He has not only watched the growth and seen the growth, but he has conducted the growth. To give you an example, when I was on the board in the late 80s, Bill was with us, and a couple of the board members came in and said, I think it was George Hilliard and Clark Pardue and somebody, and they said, do you realize these digital tee times, they're at 2%, and one day they may be 10% of our bookings. And people like me sat at the table, saying, what does online mean? So this guy and the people we've hired have done a great job, and they've gotten us where we are now. I think it's probably 98% to the other direction. So we're happy to have Bill. He's the secret to success in Myrtle Beach, and I give you Bill Golden.
Thank you so much, Gary. That was very nice and great to see everybody here tonight. Thanks for kind of working with us on the schedule. And all the desserts will be back up there when we finish up here in about 3 hours. It's an honor for me to be up here to speak on behalf of the Myrtle Beach Golf Hall of Fame, the Golf Hall of Fame board members, and really the golf community at large. So although, you know, I'm here, this is really coming from the entire community, the staffs of the organizations, and the entire golf industry. But it's certainly a pleasure for me to be here with this illustrious group of our honorees. I don't usually keep that type of company, but it's a pleasure to be here. So as Gary said, I've been here 22 years. Amy and I drove down from Connecticut. I don't think I'm qualified as a local yet. I'm still waiting for my local card. But we drove down from Connecticut. She was pregnant with our first son, Will, and I was familiar with the organizations, as Gary said, working in my previous life. But one thing was abundantly clear the first day I started, which is we operate as a community. And it wasn't even mentioned, it wasn't talked about. It's just the essence of what this community, what the golf industry, what Golf Holiday was, and the very wise forefathers of our destination created. And it is part of our DNA. Typically, a business culture like this in a marketplace where you have, you know, 100 golf courses and you know, all these hotels and everybody's competitors, right? That's how typically this would come together, as people would view each other as competitors. Not here. They were viewed as partners and collaborators. And in an effort to move things forward, to increase the size of that pie, we all need to work together. It's all not unicorns and rainbows, and as things evolved over time, those efforts became much more complicated. 9/11, the Great Recession, Mother Nature certainly dealt us our fair share of blows. Technology threw us a curveball, everybody in the golf industry. And let's face it, the golf economy has grown stagnant. But all that said, here we are tonight with the Myrtle Beach golf community, and our wonderful guests of honor. And this is a result of that planning and that organization 50 years ago. Gary mentioned Golf Holiday. Golf Tourism Solutions is an outgrowth of Golf Holiday, but Golf Holiday celebrated its 50th anniversary last year. I was not here when it started, But it's fair to say, Gary, you could help me here. How many golf companies have been in the industry for 50 years? It's a pretty small group of companies that have been involved and been in the golf industry and been successful for 50 years. And it's going to be here another 50 years if we have anything to do with it. The Golf Hall of Fame, Myrtle Beach Golf Hall of Fame members, many of which are here tonight, and there are many that are not here or that are here that are future Hall of Fame members, but this community is built by leaders, and leaders who believed in what we were trying to accomplish here in Myrtle Beach. And every step of the way, and we take this for granted, Myrtle Beach led the destination category in how to market itself, cooperative marketing, destination marketing. The golf package industry started here. Fully integrated tee sheets, itinerary booking, all started in this market. This market has led the way every step of the way. You fast forward to now, and we are continuing to lead the way. We're providing tools to our golf courses that no other group is providing as partners to the golf courses. And we're leading the evolution of, or participating in the evolution of marketing as it changes and more direct to consumer, creating our own content, acting and behaving like a media company. And we are very proud to continue operating that way. The faces have changed, staffs have changed, a lot has evolved over time, and we don't always agree. We agree to disagree, we may debate and argue, but all these conversations are happening with the greater good in mind. And it's not just about Myrtle Beach. This area values loyalty, passion, talent, and most importantly, giving back. Giving back has been a hallmark to this area, with numerous charitable events, giving back, as well as giving back to the game that we all love, and the game that all brought us here tonight. Our guests this evening exemplify those virtues through their lives and their livelihoods. They've had an enormous impact on the game, the business of golf, the sport of golf, and we are fortunate by virtue of their roots and their connection and ties to the area to be able to share in their success and be positively impacted by all they do. We have 5 people here tonight whose records of accomplishments in their lives and their professions speak for themselves. We'd be here for 3 hours if I was going to recite what those 5 individuals have accomplished in their lives and in their careers. So what I'm going to share with you tonight is some things you may not know, some facts you may not know, how their impact in this local community matters, what they've done, and probably shied away from taking credit for. But this is why we're so proud to have them here tonight, based on their desire to give back. Dustin Johnson began immediately upon his enrollment at Coastal Carolina in 2003. He began to impact the sport of golf in our community. You fast forward to today, and the current number 2 golfer in the world, who will soon be number 1 come next week due to a vagary, I think, in the World Amateur Golf Rating rankings. Absolutely. And something tells me Justin Rose is not going to see, he's going to be looking up for a long time, so go get him. He has, since this time at Coastal Carolina, he's now grown into a global icon as a golfer and as an athlete. He's got extensive ties to the area that now extend to his World Junior Golf Championship, his academy, and his foundation. This week marks the 4th annual Dustin Johnson World Junior Championship, which he attends each year to spend time with the players and families. We've pushed a little bit on some other things this year. I remember the first couple of years and at the dinners when all the junior golfers were together, and Dustin brought, it was the year after you won the year you won the U.S. Open, or after you won the U.S. Open, and he had brought the trophy with him, and it was the coolest thing to see the kids' faces and holding that trophy and taking pictures with Dustin, and what a special treat for the kids, and that's why he comes, which is so great. By the way, it was pointed out to me that of the 4 years you've come here for the event, you've won the weekend beforehand twice. So, I don't know if you're superstitious, but a return trip to Monday after the Masters may not be a bad career move. The band put me up to that. We give you enough headaches. The results of his commitment of time, resources, and his name, this week's junior golf event, in just 4 short years, has become one of the top junior events in the country. At the TPC of Myrtle Beach, we've had Golf Channel, variety of media channels. The course is in absolutely perfect shape every year. It's such a well-run event. And so just in 4 years, due to the dedication and his commitment to this, it has risen to the top of the junior golf community, which is not an easy thing to do. There's some great events out there. So we're proud to be able to host that and continue to work on it. Tomorrow, by the way, is also going to mark the official grand opening of his golf school, directed by Alan Terrell. Interesting note here, in addition to not only having the #1 golfer in the world next week, also the top junior golfer in the world trains out of that academy under Alan's tutelage. Ache, where's Ache? Say hello. You heard me right, the top junior golfer in the world. Additionally, and I'm not sure that's ever happened before. We need to research that. But it's not all about elite golfers. I don't know how many juniors are training there now. It's a significant number. Many have graduated to elite golf programs, both in golf and academics. What Alan does and Dustin does and what that building represents is only going to help golf at every single level. But it's not just about the highest levels. Dustin's foundation, the Dustin Johnson Foundation, is based out of TPC, based out of the building, and supports a variety of initiatives with a far-reaching impact. And you're not going to know a lot of this, and this is what we're so proud of and what we want to make sure everyone understands. Over $500,000 have been donated to junior golf through the foundation. It's helped offset the cost of instruction for more than 70 local children through the golf school. So, golf gets a rap as an expensive sport at times. Dustin and Alan are here to make sure children have an opportunity to play and practice and have equipment if they so desire to. Annually, Dustin gives away over $20,000 worth of golf equipment to children that cannot otherwise afford it. This is something I didn't know, and I should know all this. Through the local Lions Club, Dustin's foundation purchases seeing eye dogs for visually impaired children, a program called Leader Dogs for the Blind. In addition to the Waccamaw Youth Center, they also spend a lot of time making sure that the local boys and girls golf teams are outfitted and have what they need, and the coaches have what they need for the seasons. And those junior golf contributions extend beyond Myrtle Beach. Obviously, Dustin's a proud alumni of the South Carolina Junior Golf Association, and I know they contribute in a lot of ways to the South Carolina Junior Golf Association. And by the way, that is the best junior golf association in the country. So kudos to those folks. At times, being inducted into a Hall of Fame marks the end of a career. Not in tonight's case, either one. But we do wish Dustin continued success and happiness, and we're very excited to watch as his imprint and impact along the Grand Strand continue to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 golfer in the world, Dustin Johnson.
You want me to talk after you just said all that? Yeah, okay. As you all know, I'm a professional golfer, not a professional speaker, so this will be short and sweet, but I really want to thank all you guys for coming out, and I'm very proud to be inducted into the Myrtle Beach Hall of Fame. Myrtle Beach has been, a huge part of my career, living here, Coach Terrell, and I'm very humbled and I'm honored just to be able to give back to the community that I feel like I almost kind of grew up in, and I'm going to continue to do as much as I can for this community and for junior golf in this community. It's something that's my passion, and then we just built our golf school here and I use pretty much all the money that I make from the golf school goes back into it to support junior golf in this area. So I'm proud to stand here in front of you guys, and hopefully I can continue to, make you all proud. Thank you.
I'll save the rest of Dustin's speech for later. I got it in my pocket. You're good.
That was twice as long as I was going to be.
Good point. Good point well taken. 25 years after the release of their debut studio album, Cracked Rear View, which became the 19th best-selling album of all time. Did I get that wrong? Wikipedia had that wrong?
It's the 8th greatest seller of best.
I think he would know, not me. So somebody go to Wikipedia and make that change, please. It sounded a little high, but Hootie and the Blowfish are embarking this summer on their group therapy tour, a national 44-city tour, which is nearly sold out. That fact states volumes of the timelessness of their talents and their music and their personalities. I'm certainly no entertainment expert, but it would seem to me that decades of success in the music and entertainment industry at their level is rarefied air. It's reserved for a select group of individuals and bands which they occupy, and I just think that's really an amazing accomplishment. So especially proud to have you guys here tonight. At one point years ago, I remember somebody close to the band telling me about an observation they had about how the band interacts with people and kind of their how they philosophy towards what they do or how they approach people. And what was clear was whether it's a title sponsor, an old friend, a casual fan coming out to see them play, or it didn't matter. Everybody got treated the same. They get treated with the equal enthusiasm, with respect. And clearly that's endeared them to the public and one of those recipes to their success. But they're truly genuine individuals, and they show that and express that every step of the way. And in fact, I have seen that over the past 17 years with Monday After the Masters here in Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach specifically, I should add. Mayor Hadley's not here tonight, but she'll be happy when I say that. We see it every year, and I'm sure that's as I said, a recipe of success for them, and one of the reasons why this event is celebrating its 25th anniversary. That's not an easy feat in the celebrity golf tournament world. When we were initially approached about the possibility of the event being hosted here, I remember talking to Paul and probably the band, what a perfect match. It's golf, it's music, and it's fun. The day after one of certainly the greatest sporting event in the annual calendar, the Masters, when all eyes are on golf. And it's interesting, I don't know that we would have ever wondered at that point what this could be like in 5 or 10 or 15, let alone 17 years down the road. I'd be curious if the band ever considered that back in those days. But one thing we can all attest to is that it keeps getting better every year. Every year that event gets better. And it's a true partnership. It's not one way. We all benefit greatly. Things evolve and change, and we continue to collaborate to do better every year. And over time, the relationships with the band and the team around the band and the folks that work on this event and represent them have ended up leading to other business opportunities and initiatives that would never have come about. And I think that's a sign of a really healthy and good partnership. So we're really proud of that. In fact, today is the state's largest one-day fundraising event, routinely attracting more than 6,000 fans, making it not only one of the largest one-day celebrity events, if not the largest, but also one of the most successful, and certainly in terms of longevity. We have had ESPN, CBS, Golf Channel, SiriusXM, a variety of media that have come down and helped spotlight this event and spotlight our destination. Most importantly, they've raised over $7 million through their own efforts through that event. Over $3 million has been distributed to impact children across South Carolina through education and junior golf initiatives. They also have an endowment set up for the future. And they've also been longtime supporters of the South Carolina Junior Golf Association. And it's interesting to see it's sometimes, the impact is hard to forecast and hard to see, yet certainly there's golfers that have benefited of all levels, and we continue to see now there's world-class talent coming out of the state of South Carolina. You got one of them sitting right with you. And there's more and more and more. And in some part, we all know that your efforts and the efforts of others has made that happen. It's made a difference. And that's really awesome for the game of golf. In addition to being advocates for our area, the band has always been an advocate for the game. The game tends to get kicked in the shins, as I said, but here we have these individuals who are committed to the game. They love the game. And talked to them this evening. They may not be playing a bunch because they're busy working, but man, they love the game of golf. And that has an immeasurable impact on our game. And in fact, some of you may recall the hit TV show Road Trip Myrtle Beach. That aired for a year on the Golf Channel in 2008. That was a show ahead of its time. It was a big hit, authentic individual content. The band's own Mark Bryan carried the show with his acting and musical talent. Much to the dismay of the show's self-proclaimed star, Charlie Reiner. Yeah, this is true. We look forward to this event in April. 25 years is a great record of accomplishment, and we can't wait. We also wish them the best as they embark on an amazing, as I said, 44-city tour, which is sold out, and I just can't imagine how exciting that is for them. So it is my pleasure to introduce Mark Bryan, Dean Felder, Darius Rucker, and Jim Sonnenfeld. Hootie and the Blowfish.
Thank you, Bill Golden. Oh, man. Since I'm the one that got elected to speak, I just want to say a quick word of appreciation and thanks to my old friend Gary Shaw, who emceed the event tonight. Most of you know that he's a pillar in this golf community. Please give him a big round of applause one more time. Mr. Gary Shaw. Years ago, Gary invited me out to play the brand new TPC course with Lanny Watkins, and I'll never forget it. It's a beautiful course, and that was a very fond golf memory for me, so thanks, Gary, and we appreciate you very much. I guess 25 years ago now, we got together with the South Carolina Junior Golf Program in a very humble event in Columbia, South Carolina at Spring Valley Country Club with the idea of raising money by playing golf and just basically playing music and playing golf. And we had no idea that it could turn into what it was turning into today. But happily from South Carolina Junior Golf was a big part of that. His son, Beth, who's here tonight. Let's recognize him real quick as a John Bennett part of the origin of Monday After the Masters. So thanks to South Carolina Junior Golf, we were off to a good start. And then 17 years ago, we made the decision, and this came through one of our best friends from college who worked with us on the road for years. And he's like, guys, I can no longer work with you on the road, but I think I can do some pretty good stuff with the golf tournament. And he certainly did. The man's name is Paul Graham. He's standing right back there. About 17 years ago, Paul came to us and said, guys, we have a situation down in Myrtle Beach with Bill and Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday and the House of Blues and Barefoot Resorts, where we can move the tournament there. And 17 years later, here we are, still rising, still taking it to new places. So thanks to Paul and Bill, Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday Tours, House of Blues, and the Barefoot Resort. And the guys are just in my ears saying this is a very important thing because the event wouldn't be where it is now without all the volunteers. We have thousands of people every year that have volunteered for this event to make it, to pull it off, to rise, and you name it. So volunteers, make some noise for them. It's the volunteers. What that is, that's the Myrtle Beach community stepping up. That's what those volunteers are. That's huge. So we can't thank them enough. There's no way to recognize them enough for that. Over the years, we've been lucky enough to have Arnold Palmer come to our tournament. He accidentally left his 3-iron in my bag, or his caddy did, and I sent it back to him with a card because I always heard he wrote cards. So I thought, I'll just send this 3-iron back and thank you for playing with me. A couple weeks later, the same tube came back in the mail with another card that said, "No, thank you," and he had signed the grip, Arnold Palmer, and I still have his 3-iron. One of my great Money Up to Masters memories. Another great one is we got to have Tiger Woods, who helicoptered into our event at the University Club in Columbia, South Carolina, and proceeded to win the event by one stroke of Mr. Darius Rucker. Eagle from off the green on the team.
That was a great shot.
It was great. We've also been fortunate to have Tom Watson at the event, and he also helped us open one of the Hootie huts that we have in the upstate for junior golf. And so we've just had some amazing people involved. Another one is a South Carolina junior golfer himself who's been to our tournament, Mr. Dustin Johnson, who's just got his 20th win, and who I understand is soon to be the #1 golfer in the world. Amazing. And in a full circle moment, when you consider how much our tournament's been involved with junior golf, I mean, every year there are caddies who win their tournaments in their various regions to come just be caddies at Monday after the Masters and get a caddy for Mr. Rucker or Mr. Johnson or whatever. And so we have that every year. He was one of those guys, and now it's come completely full circle. So what we'd like to do tonight is make a donation to his charity and get that junior golf going off the ground. $10,000 donation to Hootie to Dustin Johnson's charity. It's a full circle moment for us because of the junior golf thing, and it's the least we can do. And so I'd like to just close by saying that, yes, we're 25 years now, but we're still growing. So here's to just helping more and more kids and raising more money. And thank you so much for this honor, for this honor.
Thank you so much. This is a great reminder of how special Myrtle Beach is, that we can have an evening like this. We can all get together and celebrate golf, celebrate these individuals. And let's just keep that in mind. You know, Myrtle Beach golf and the Myrtle Beach golf industry and what we do here, it matters. And we have a really unique group of people here, so let's just keep that in mind. As we wrap up the event, I wanted to also throw out a couple of thank yous. Certainly thank you all for coming tonight. This was a bit of a curveball in terms of the event and the timing, and we had to scramble a bit to get this done. So I want to thank one of my favorite people here in Myrtle Beach, Ms. Myra Starnes. I don't know where she is. She has been a colleague or a bit of supporter of us and ours and me personally for many, many years back when I used to work back in the day at the convention center with the World Amateur. But Myra gets things done, and she did that in collaboration with our Golf Tourism Solutions staff, and Jenna Hoddle and Elisa Smith did an unbelievable job putting this together. They work best when their backs are against the wall, but I think they want me to move faster earlier so their backs aren't against the wall. And lastly, and most importantly, thank you so much for Founders Group International, the Pine Lakes Ownership and Management Group, and the staff here tonight that made this happen. Katie Powers, the Food and Beverage Director, Jimmy Biggs, the Head Golf Professional, Matt Daly, the Director of Operations, And I apologize, I don't know the chef's name, but they did a phenomenal job on that dinner, and the wait staff was great. So thank you for the support on Founders Day. With that, I believe the evening is going to conclude. Gary, we're going to try to get a picture up here with our Hall of Famers. If we can, guys, just hang out 1 second. We're going to make this quick. And then we'll go back and enjoy our dessert, okay? Thank you, everybody.